Hello fellow collectors and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we're taking a look at the DX02 Progrise key and 02 driver unit. So for the final form for 01 he actually gets a new key, but he also gets this like giant faceplate thing that clips onto the driver, which looks pretty cool. And then of course here is the new form of 02, and I think it's kind of cool. You can see it bleeds onto the side of the box, so that's kind of neat. And then here is a picture of the form. I like how he has the scarf looking piece, but the scarf itself is also a number 2. I think that's really cool. I like how he has the red gloves. Everything, all the nods to Ichigo and Migo, I think is really cool. So that's pretty fantastic. I love it. And obviously the key works with all the other henshin devices, which of course we'll take a look at. So pretty cool packaging. I'm going to go ahead, get everything out of the box, and we'll take a closer look. So here are the two pieces you get in the box. This is the 02 Progrise key. We'll take a closer look at that in a moment. But here is the driver unit. There's nothing really special to it. It's just kind of two pieces of plastic. One slides along the other. This folds in half, and you can see there's a number 2. So you can see 02. There's nothing spring-loaded about this piece, although it totally looks like there's springs in it. But there's nothing that like makes this fly open or anything. I guess once it's attached to the driver, it will move along that track. But itself doesn't have anything that, you know, spring loads it because the driver takes care of that. But this piece you always open and close yourself. There's nothing that springs this open or close. You got some nice chrome here along the inside. So more on this later on, but right now it doesn't really do much on its own. So let's go ahead, let's take a look at the key. It is very sparkly, almost to the point that you can hardly see what's on it. But if we take a closer look, of course you can see the grasshopper, Kamen Rider 02. And then you can see you have this, I'm thinking this is supposed to be like the satellite there, or Zeya, but it's there. On the back you can kind of see all the inner workings, which is pretty cool. The batteries were included. You just pull the tab out. I guess it was right here. There you go. You can actually see the batteries. And you can see the QR code 032. This one is like the Thouser key where you have to press the button to open it. And then you have to take your thumb off the speaker so you can actually hear what's happening. But yeah, so it'll say 02 jump, then you can see it's kind of pulsating like it's ready for you to do stuff, but there's more phrases if you keep pressing the button.
02's ability. Hidden intelligence ability. Zeya's ability.
So there you go, it says Zeya's ability, so that's the satellite, so that's what that's got to be. Alright, are you ready for the best sound ever? My collection is complete. And that takes you back around. And then you just clip it back closed. And that is the 02 Progrise key on its own. But of course, the functionality with the 01 driver is the name of the game, so let's go ahead and check it out. Alright, so first things first, we have to do a little bit of construction here. I'm going to make sure this is off. So the easiest way to take the old faceplate off is to make sure it's open first. So I'm just going to take a random Progrise key and open this up. Okay, and then you're going to have to unfortunately kind of jam it out, even though it would normally eject when you close this. That's not really an option at this point. So you have to kind of lightly unclip this. There we go. That wasn't too bad. So this piece needs to go down the front. So you can see that there are these little clips right here and here. You just want to be careful not to break anything, but you're going to put this off to the side. You're going to take this, slide it all the way down, and it's got its own clips right here and here. And then you got to clip those in. You want to make sure that this is all the way at the end, so maybe put your fingers there to hold it in place or something. And then you want to make sure these white pieces stay all the way at the end so that you actually clip into those. Now you're going to bring this back, and there's actually a little connection port right here. So you're going to bring this back, push these down. Whoops. There we go, get in there. Okay, so now that is connected in. If you ever need to remove it, obviously you can pull that out, but push that in, you'll hear it click into place. Okay, so now we're good. Now you want to take this and slide it up there like that. So this is taking the place of the old faceplate. It's kind of massive connected to the front of this thing. This piece obviously will flip open, and you'll see how that works in a moment, but again, there's nothing to kick that open or spring load it open. You just move it with your own hands. So, but yeah, so now that we are in place, we can go ahead, turn the driver on. And then we will go ahead and get into our henshin here. So the first thing you're actually going to do is you don't actually scan this on here. Although I guess we could see what happens if... No, because you have to press the button to flip this open, so that's why they don't have you do it. So we're going to flip this open, and then you kind of want to push it down until it catches it. So that goes by really fast, and I was trying to figure out what it says. The back of the box actually has it here for you. It says, "Road to glory has to lead to, growing path to change 1 to 2, Kamen Rider 02." And then it says, "It's never over." So there you go. That is the henshin jingle. Now, I don't know if this will catch again. No, I don't think it'll reach, but you can bring in another Progrise key to do the power-ups like we normally would. You just kind of have to fit it in between the driver and this piece. So there you go. That sadly is pretty much it. I don't want to say it's not enough, but I guess for as big and gaudy as this thing is on the front, it makes it seem like the pomp and circumstance would be even bigger and gaudier to go with it. But it's just kind of standard. You know, the key makes fun sounds. The transformation jingle I think is a lot of fun. And then you have the kind of extra attack by pushing it in, and then you have the extra attack by powering it up with a second key. So the play pattern is pretty standard, just with kind of a nice big bright shiny extra bauble with it. So that is it for functionality with the 01 driver, but of course this key can be used with everything else we've gotten so far. So let's go through them all, starting with the Shot Riser. Pretty cool jingle there. Next up, we'll do the Slash Riser. It still really bothers me that that doesn't sit even.
Slash Rise. Kamen Rider 02. It's never over. 02 jump. 02 blast. Rush.
Next up, the Force Riser. I don't know how this is going to work, actually, now that I think about this. I think how it works is when you insert it, there's like a little piece of plastic that obviously raises that piece up so it's easier to flip, and that just unclips it from the little clip right here, which is usually what happens when you hit the button. So I was worried it would break it, but I think it's fine. So we'll kind of have to click it back down then when you're done. Up next, the Cyclone Riser. For some reason, I'm having more difficulty with this one. There we go.
Cyclone Rise.
And the Zetsume Riser. Apparently you're never over saying that. Anyway, I think this actually looks kind of cool, the way this kind of fits all together with kind of the wing and the silver on both sides. It actually kind of works. Now, just out of curiosity,
Charge rise.
when you play with this thing on its own, it has all those other abilities.
02 jump. 02's ability. Agent Intelligence's ability.
I wonder if that does anything. So apparently you can just transform with the attach case. That's interesting. I was wondering if, probably because I, you know, had activated it and it was like in that pulsing state, and then I popped it in here and that set it off. I was wondering if you changed to the other abilities, would it say, instead of always saying 02, would it say some of the others? Apparently it just completely transforms. So guess it doesn't work exactly like that. I'm not really sure why it has all those other ability sounds. I guess just to put extra sounds in here for you to cycle through, but interesting. I think this is a lot of fun. I can't wait to see 02 in action in the show. I'm really looking forward to that. I love the key. I think it's very shiny, very fun. I love the colors. I love the sounds. The extra phrases and everything like that is a lot of fun as well. Just everything about the key I like. As far as the driver unit, it's fine. I think it's neat that you can actually take the faceplate off, because when you got it separate in the box, everyone kind of wondered, why doesn't this just stay on all the time? And we finally have our answer. So I think it's kind of innovative that they actually, instead of selling me a whole new driver, which I didn't really want, they gave you a way to make the driver you have look different by giving you a new piece to swap out. And I kind of appreciate that. I applaud them for that ingenuity. At the same time, do I really need this thing? Probably not, but there's fun to be had with it. And I don't think it's a problem that they included it. I don't know. I'm kind of back and forth on this. I love the key. This I could give or take, but I don't mind having it. I think there's fun to be had with it. I just don't think it's vital, especially since it doesn't do much extra. I feel like even if you didn't attach this, you could pretty much get the same sounds just by using the key with the driver. This is just kind of like extra fanfare, which again is not a bad thing. I'm just a little underwhelmed by it. I kind of thought there'd be a little bit more to it. I do like how there must be a magnet in this piece that activates before you even bring the key into play, so I appreciate that. So like I said, I'm back and forth on it. I don't hate it. I certainly don't hate it. I don't love it. Like, I love the key. This piece I'm kind of in between on, but I'm leaning towards liking it. I'm just not blown away by this as much as I am with this, if that makes sense. So I still think it's a fun set. I definitely recommend getting it, especially if you've been buying everything else 01 up to this point. Absolutely no reason not to grab this. At this point, I would say, I think HLJ's done with these. I might be able to get one on Amazon Japan. I would check there. Otherwise, you could always try Mandarake, Yahoo Japan Auctions, the usual secondhand places. But I would say more of these probably have to come in stock eventually, because once he premieres on the show, there's going to be a surge of people who want them. So I feel like they're going to have to make more eventually. So I would check Amazon Japan and HLJ, maybe Ami, places like that. So, but yeah, definitely recommend picking it up. I think there's definitely fun to be had, and I do appreciate the new faceplate gimmick. I just maybe wish it had a little bit more to it. I don't know. I feel like I'm complaining about nothing. I think it's fun. Definitely pick one up. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.